Hello, everybody. It's Max with Crypto Talk Now. And what I think is going on with Terra 2.0 is we're about to witness a knife that is literally falling. And when we get further into this video, you'll see my reasons why. But let's go ahead and get right into it. So, for instance, I'm going to go ahead and stretch this out. And this is straight from FX Street, but nonetheless, like it mentions right here, Terra Luna 2.0 price reveals a triple top pattern that can trigger a brutal crash. And of course, I believe that this brutal crash is literally a knife that is falling. So, for instance, it goes on to mention that Terra price jumped higher in the Asia Pacific session, only to fully erase, of course, its gains. You know, what is a big factor of that? Well, the overall crypto market dropping significantly under the $1 trillion threshold definitely plays into that. But on top of that, you know, last weekend we saw lows slip even further. Some people feel as though that this is the bottom. And there's enough evidence to basically show that for the time being, but moving forward in the next couple days would really decide whether this really is bottom. I think it's too early to make that decision, but nonetheless, let's see how things go for the next 7 to 10 days before we make some of these assumptions. But anyway, back to Terra 2.0. So it states that the Luna price is yet again in trouble as a triple top that formed this morning proved to be another failed attempt by bulls to save the altcoin. A firm rejection in the Asia Pacific session this morning, like I mentioned, bears seized the opportunity to go short and drive price action to the downside. And of course, there's going to be a graph at the end that's going to show just that. Now, a test looks set to take place at the low of June 9th, and of course the $2 marker, seeing Luna price shed another 30% of its value. Now, of course, this is already passed and so on, but the key takeaway is you already are about to see this continuing to happen well into Wednesday morning. And of course, on a side note, you notice that this is a 2.0 video topic. You have, of course, Luna Classic, what's going on with that, and of course, Proposal 4080, etc., etc. However, one thing to keep in mind, Luna price, like it says, is no match for market woes. Terra price sees bulls packing their bags, if you will, after what looked to be a promising recovery turned out to be only an illusion. And I think it's just that. I mean, it's a lot of, as the saying goes, smoke and mirrors at this point. Um, it goes on to mention traders are cutting their positions and triggering a sell-off after the rejection in the early Asia Pacific session, which created a triple top and made Luna price turn the other way. And of course, we recently saw this. Again, I'm not going to read everything on this verbatim, but a few key highlights I want to point out is, for instance, where it says Luna price is without, I'm sorry, Luna price with this turnaround is set to tank another 30% towards $2. And how do we know that? Well, right now, currently speaking, it's down another 16% on the CMC listing. It's sitting at $2.20. And this pattern is just looking really, really bad. Of course, we went down to well, we're at currently 216, but I have no doubts that this is going to crash even more because a lot of people are shorting this once again, and it's really reflective of this 24-hour period when you see like just only a little bit of greens and then boom, sell-offs, right? Lots and lots of sell-offs. So this trend keeps happening. Like the whole prediction I made that we could see this crash to 80 cents. Again, I get it. It's just my prediction, but I don't think I'm too far off. But some people, of course, feel as though, no, this could be bottom, yet to be determined. But if you have volume significantly down, 34%, and then on top of that, just again, these sell-offs. I mean, you have hardly any buy orders. It's just sell-offs, sell-offs. Let's check out the 7-day chart real quick. I know I'm not really trying to, focus on all the technical analysis, but this is just way too many sell-offs, and it just makes sense that it's going to be what, bearish downtrend. It's probably going to continue to be that. So I'm going to stick with that 80 cent prediction. You know, possibly bottoming out at that. Of course, you know, it is a guess. This isn't really financial advice. It's just how, you know, what I personally think in that regard. Now, another thing I want to point out is where it states right here, this created a chain reaction that ended in the US dollar rallying aggressively and its impact rolling through markets and triggering sell-offs, like I mentioned earlier, in bonds, stocks. Well, I did mention bonds and stocks, but cryptocurrencies. You're not just seeing it currently speaking with you know, Terra 2.0. I mean, it's pretty much across the board, but what stands out with Terra 2.0 is unlike some other cryptos, you're not getting hit with these crazy gas fees and so on. So it's basically like a, as the saying goes, a day trader's dream. Now it says with Luna price already down 20% and thus set to add another 30% of losses on top of that, here is that current chart that I was talking about earlier at the beginning of the video. So, you know, you got, yeah, look at this. This is just nuts. So, huge sell-off, right? I mean, on the candles. And then, of course, you know, you have buy order. Things like, you know, looking like maybe they're going to be okay. And then, nope. Look at this. It's just a falling knife. And I mean, right there, what was that? It's supposed to be like a resistance line of 242. I mean, in reality, it's not a resistance line, but yeah, I mean, it's still doing it. And then this is, of course, reflective of what you see happening here. It's just way too many sell orders. I know the 7-day is not as representative as the other. You kind of can get the quick gist of it, even though you're not a technical person, and neither am I. But at the end of the day, I can't recognize, you know, drastic sell orders. So, in regards to Luna 2.0, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and state I believe it's a falling knife at this moment, and I think we should all take a step back to realize, hey, this could go dramatically further down. I think honestly, 80 cents is not too bad of a prediction in that regard. So I just thought I'd go ahead and show you guys this. Of course, there's some of these other things out there. You can check out this video course, why shorting Terra Luna 2.0 can be profitable, but use extreme caution when it comes to that. And of course, like I mentioned before, none of this is financial advice. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And with that said, everybody, check out our live show, the Max and Larry Show. That is basically a daily show that's Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, and on the weekends, of course, at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. And with that said, everybody, thanks for watching today's video on Terra 2.0. I am Max on behalf of Crypto Talk Now. You all have a blessed day, and we'll see you on the next one.